The reason residential real estate is my favorite asset class to invest in is because there are 7 different ways you can make money. So let's go down all the 7 ways we can make money in real estate. Now, the first one and the most common one is cash flow. Most people know this one, cash flow. What is cash flow? Well, if your tenant is paying you $1,000 of gross rent a month, and then you have your debt service, expenses, tax, insurance, whatever, call it $700. Your cash flow on this house is $300 a month or 3.6, annualized. Now, a lot of people, most people take the annualized cash flow here and then start dividing it in to cash out of pocket in the deal to come up with your cash from cash return, or you can use it, divide it into the total, return on equity, all sorts of ways, formulas to calculate based on this. So this is your most common one. Now, the number 2 is principal pay down. What is principal pay down? Now, assuming you have a fully amortized loan, meaning you're not just paying interest only on your loan, portion of the payment goes down to a principal pay down. Your loan balance decreases, making your net worth to increase. All of that is done compliments to the tenant, so they pay you part of the $700 is your debt service, so your net worth goes up by doing nothing except making your mortgage payment. So that's amazing. Now, the third one is appreciation. Now, what is appreciation? Appreciation means that the value of the asset will go up. Historically speaking, and especially if you buy it right, and the areas that I tell you to buy, and you know your pocket, the value will go up. So if you have a $100,000 house and it goes up 10%, that means you have $10,000 increase in the asset, meaning your net worth went up by $10,000. Now, in a long enough timeline, you'll be able to utilize all the other ways to make money. So this is amazing. Appreciation. The more you hold, the more assets will go up. The fourth one. Now, the fourth one is my personal favorite. What is it? It is depreciation. What is depreciation? On every house you buy, you get to calculate your basis and you get to write off a portion of it against your income on the house. Don't count the land. Land you can't depreciate. So exclude the land. Whatever that portion is, you get to write it off against the active income. On residential real estate is 27 and a half years, which is 330 months. So let's show you what that looks like if your basis, now in your basis, the bank's money are in it. So think about it. If you have a $100,000 house, you're depreciating, and if you use one of our system, you minimize your cash out of pocket, or you have no cash out of pocket in this deal. So you have no money out of your own pocket, but the bank does. You get to count the bank's money in this calculation. It is amazing. So if you take your $100,000 and you divide it by the 330, you will come up with $303 per month in depreciation that you get to write off. Now, this is a non-cash expense, meaning you get to write it off, but you didn't pay for it, right? It is amazing. So if we go back on number 1, and we're making $300 on this house, cash flow, so you're thinking, hey, I have to pay taxes on it. Well, no, you don't. Because now you have $303 of depreciation, so you're actually -3, even though you're putting $300 in your pocket. Now that is amazing, and the more houses you have, the more you get to depreciate. So this 303 goes against here, and you're -$3. So on paper, you're losing money. In reality, you're putting $300 in your pocket. Unbelievable. Now, number 5. Cash out refinance. A lot of you have done it. What is it? It's another way you don't pay tax because loan is not income. On a long enough timeline, the value of the asset is going to go up, and if it's fully amortized, the loan balance goes down. Now, of course, you're not going to sell the house because that's crazy. You never sell it. And you want to tap into the money, and you don't want to pay tax. So what do? You get a new loan. Most banks will allow you between 60 and 80% of the new appraised value to take out as a new loan. So if you have enough equity, you can go ahead and do it. Meaning if you have a $100,000 loan balance and the house is worth $200,000, now you can take a loan of $160,000. Meaning you can pull out $60,000 absolutely cash, tax-free as cash out. And if it's properly structured, you will still make money on the other 6 ways. So that is cash out refi. Now number 6, on a long enough timeline, every single house will get depreciated, and on a long enough timeline, they will no longer pencil, meaning your cash flow to equity will not pencil. You have too much equity, too little cash flow. Can't hold the asset, you can't sell the asset. So what do? You use a 1031 exchange, 1031 exchange, and you don't touch any of the proceeds. Instead of the gains, you defer them. And you can defer in perpetuity. In fact, even when you die, pass it on to your kids and they can do the same thing. So you never pick up the gains, because if you sold it the traditional way, you have to recapture depreciation, pay the capital gains. It is a disaster. You don't do it. So the system is forcing you to keep the asset forever. But my favorite is, if you have enough equity, is to take your one house with a bunch of equity, get 3 more. That's the magic number, is 3. If you can't find the 3, whatever, get 1 or 2. No more than 3, it gets very complex. 3 is the magic. You go 3 and you can get additional debt. So you take the 1, you exchange it for 3, you defer new gains, no tax, and then you use the other ways to make money. So 1031 exchange. Now the 7th way, what is the number 7? It is like the wonder of making money. The cash to buyer twist with the Diamond Wealth real estate system. Yes, cash to buyer twist, the Diamond Wealth real estate system. Now I have a whole book on it, so right now we're just going to briefly touch on it. What is it? And how do you make money with the cash to buyer twist? Well, you make money on the front end when you're buying the real estate. So you're buying income-producing residential real estate, step 1, and you're already getting paid. So if it's done right, you follow the system, you could actually take a loan on the front end, get paid, and of course it's a loan and not income, so therefore it's not taxable. It's a tax-free event. So you're getting paid every step of the way when you purchase the real estate, and then you utilize the other 6. So 7 ways to make money. For that reason, residential real estate is my favorite asset class.